Hello, 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 and welcome to Beauty Pioneers. How is everybody doing? Let me see, y'all. I got to see. I am your coach, hair coach, Lee Hill. How's everybody doing today? All right. So, today I wanted to talk to you guys. Well, I'm not really going to be doing a lot of talking. Hopefully, Don will be joining us soon. But if not, the show must go on. So I hope you guys are ready for this week's topic, which is the boycott, the Asian boycott that is going on, that's taking precedence, and it's all over social media. People are really, really getting heated. There's so many different textures to this boycott. A lot of people are angry. A lot of people are, what's the word? Some people don't know what's going on. Um, it's just a lot of emotions that are going on at this time when it comes to the actual boycott itself. It is great to see women that are, I see men too as well. So let me not just say that, but I'm talking about for the beauty industry. Here it is again. It's great that I see us coming together and realizing the power that we have, right? Um, the beauty industry, the nail industry, the nail part is, I believe, a multi-billion dollar industry. And what I did was put together some videos to kind of explain to you the history of how we arrived to this place, right? Not only that, not the history, so we got to know how it started, but we have always been the biggest consumers, the Black woman. However, it is good that we have come together and we were like, hey, let's do this thing or whatnot. The problem though is not the fact of um not the fact that, what's the word, that we're coming and not coming together for a great cause, which I do think it's a good cause. I think it's a good reason. They're killing our babies in the streets, so it is definitely a reason for us to um stand till 10 toes down. I wish though, this is just my thing or whatnot, so many of you support you support people, and so many of you are experiencing, oh God, Coach Lee, this ain't got nothing to do with it. It do. You guys will support um these same people that are selling you products that are not good for you, that are, you're losing your hair. These are the same. You would support them, even though when you go into the stores, they got people walking around following you. They don't put anything back into our communities. However, we will stand tall and stand strong. I have seen countless videos of men fighting the women in the beauty supply stores. Um, I have seen now, and it's you're going to see some certain things. I'm kind of playing the devil's advocate because I've seen some things too that I know everybody's like, oh, that we gonna post all the Black businesses. But a lot of you probably should not be in business. I know it sounds bad. Not all of you, but there are a lot. I'm talking about the nail part because I don't know if I posted that, but the things that women were experiencing way beforehand. I don't know if I even added that video, but that's why I said it's so many textures to this boycott, and I know people are really, really upset, and I'm grateful, like I said, but I just want you guys to hear some of the issues that are happening as the boycott continues. And one guy, I think it was I don't know, they something Mike. I don't know if it's preacher Mike or something Mike. And he was saying it shouldn't a boycott, it only lasts for so long. These are things that we should have just not done at all, right? And so I definitely. Hey, Keisha. Good evening, Coach Lee. Good to be here watching. Thank you. Hey there, miss you. Hopefully, we'll get Don on really, really soon. So I'm gonna play the first video for you ladies, for everyone, and then we're gonna start. So I'm gonna start it off with the history. Give me one sec. Hold on. Is this the one? Do.
Black women built the nail culture. So why don't they own the industry? Long before nail salons were on every corner, black women were the ones wearing acrylics, press-ons, and nail art. The culture was black. The demand was black. The aesthetic that made nails a billion-dollar industry came from black women. But here's what most people don't know. In 1975, actress Tippi Hedren was doing charity work with Vietnamese refugees after the fall of Saigon. The women admired her manicured nails. She flew her personal manicurist to the camp and had her teach 20 Vietnamese women the trade. Then she helped them get licensed in California. Those 20 women became the foundation of what is now a $47 billion global industry, dominated by Vietnamese-owned salons. That is not the problem. The problem is this: black women who created the culture, who were the original clientele, who made long nails and nail art aspirational, own less than 2% of nail salons in America. The culture was extracted. The economics went elsewhere. This is the same pattern that built Black Wall Street and burned it down. The same pattern behind the GI Bill. The same pattern behind redlining. Create the culture. Lose the capital. Black women have always been the blueprint. It's time we own what we built. Say their names. Hashtag Omislaw Uncovered.
All right, all right, all right. Did you guys hear that? This is something that I myself personally, I'm sorry, y'all gotta give me a second. I'm trying to do everything. This is something I personally have spoken to you guys about, the as far as the culture, who we are, that we have built. We are some of the we are the consumers that make the companies that we have. Y'all think about this. I'm talking to the black women, and I know all it's not just us. Owning a business isn't for everyone. No, it's not, Keisha. Owning a business is not for everyone, y'all. And hold on, let me show that what Keisha put up. I never knew that about the nail industry. Right. So now you guys understand, they came over, they mastered that, right? And then we have our people, we only own, just think about it, 2%. When you go to the trade shows, when we go to trade shows is where we go to see what the latest thing is for the industry that's coming out, the wholesales, the hair extensions, all those different things. So we go there. It is predominantly Asian, everything else, not us. When one of the shows, and I think Don and I were talking about this before, when we did, I used to go to the hair shows. I actually was in the hair shows. When I became in the hair shows, I saw spots of us, right? But when what happened to the thing? Why is it doing that? But when I came into, when I was a student and I came to my first hair show, I saw a lot of us, but the sales, what we sold and the businesses, they were all the way in the back. They were always in the back. All right. You had the bigger companies that were in the front. And so as the years went on, I saw very little of us and more of everyone else, especially the Asian people. And at the end of the day, I never understood, especially when I started traveling. I was working for Peter Coppola, and I was traveling to all these different cities, and all I could see, it wasn't us. But we are the consumers. Black women, we are the consumers. We will try anything. We'll even go to their salons. If they're willing to do our hair, we will do it. So it bothers me, and y'all know y'all was going to hear me say it, as a woman that has been in the industry for almost 27 years now, that it had to take a child to lose his life and the things, and then this guy to come out and say what he said, to spark anger in us to do something, right? And for me, when I look at the women, and it's so much education, it's so much hair loss, it's so many things, bad practices. We have the hairstylists, we have even the nail techs. They're complaining of the services because we don't want to have a license. We don't need a license. We want everything fast. Did you see what that lady did for them? She took them, she taught them how to do it. She trained them. The only reason she did that, not because it was a love for them. She took them because they came and worked for her people. You had them, oh yes. She called up friends and said, yes, she can come over there and they can do that, right? So they learned, but guess what they did? They got licensed. If you listen to them, she got all of them, helped all of them become licensed. So here we are now, where we should be prepared. Be prepared for something like this to happen. Now we have everybody on social media, everywhere posting, it's a black nail salon here, it's a black beauty supply here. But do you have the people skills, right? Do you have the business skills, right? I'm talking to the business owners to be able to cater to the public, not just black. Do you have that, right? And the second thing is for the consumers. Now that this is happening and it's going around in a lot of places, are you, what's the word? Are you one of the ones that's saying, oh no, I'm not paying all this money for some nails? Are you doing that? Now, are you trying to do the hustle game? So this boycott is something that it shouldn't just be a boycott. It should just be what it is. I'm going to tell y'all a story, then I'm going to show you the next video. I remember back in the day, they had the Capri short sets, and they were stripes. We used to call them like the jail outfits. They were stripes, and they had them in black, pink. I wanted pink because I was very girly always. And they had the pocket hair, and you really should have been thick to be wearing this, but I was so skinny, but I just still wanted it, right? And we have a place where back in the days, we would go to 20th Street, and they had whatever the latest thing was, they had it. And I'm talking about Miami, y'all. I'm born and raised in the county of Dade. And so I remember going into the store, and they had all the colors. I was like, oh my God, they had the blue, they had the green, they had all these colors. And I was looking, and I saw the pink. And guys, I was walking around because I said, well, let me see what else they have. As I walked around the store, the man was following me. And I turned to him, now I'm still a teenager. I said, why are you following me? He said, you go. And he shooshed me. I said, okay. And I walked all the way around his store and walked right out the door. I wanted that suit so bad, but y'all, my pride wouldn't let me. I couldn't give my money to somebody that was following me, thinking I was a thief, but he would take my money if I would have turned away from the fact that he was following me and treating me like a thief, that I could actually do that. I just couldn't do it, y'all. And so me personally, that happened. And then later on, many years later, I was married. We went to China. The way they take care of the food is so bad. And that's another time and another story. If Dawn was on here, I probably would have gotten into it. But the way that that's why a lot of the restaurants are always rated really low. Like they don't have a high grade, because when I was there, I was in China, Shanghai. They had like the restaurants, they had this like, we call it a canal. They were like, oh, the lake. No, it's a canal. You could literally walk across it. It was little. And that's where they fish at. They use the restroom in that water. They clean the rice in that water. So guess what? When I came back to the US, I was there for vacation we went there for 2 weeks. When I came back, guess what? That was 2006. I'd never eaten there again. I don't eat Chinese food. And I saw the meat, they had the chicken or whatever it was, and they have it on the back, on the outside, the sun just beaming down on it. I never mess with it. So I wasn't necessarily boycotting. I just was like, you don't get my business. I don't care what color you are. If you are Black, and we just had something recently where this person was selling something. I don't want to say because then they may be watching, they may know. And his service was bad. The first time it was okay. And then the second time it was like, this is trash. No, there wasn't quality stuff. So guess what? And I wanted to support the brother, but guess what? I cannot, because I would like the best of the best. When I get up and I wake up in the morning and I get up and I go to work, I work my tail off. So when I spend my money, it has to be well worth it. And I know my value. I know my value. I'm not going to let anybody just treat me any kind of way. And a lot of you don't know your value. A lot of you will allow people to mistreat you any kind of way, not just in relationships, in business. You know what I mean? You come in any kind of way, you look any kind of way, and they treat you how you look. So when I'm doing business, even if I have to rent a car, I don't come in there looking crazy. If I have to go to the grocery store, I don't come in there looking crazy. I dress up. Where you going? To the store. I don't know who I'm going to see, but I know I don't want nobody talking down to me or talking crazy to me. I want them to know, oh, no. Treat her with respect. Open the door for her. The minute when I come, they open the door for her because we have value, right? We see more value, and there's nothing wrong with what we're doing. I don't want y'all to think that. Okay, let me see what Keisha said. Okay. See, you need more than talent. You need to have the right attitude. Yes, and this includes willingness to learn what you need to know and what you don't know. And you know what's so crazy, Keisha? We are the only that I've seen, because I watch, remember, I'm in diverse salons. We're the only race of people that's always trying to find, they all do. Don't get me wrong, because we already know that. But when it comes to the beauty industry, you don't even want to get the license. These people run in circles. They got their license. You got women that's doing videos saying, you don't need no license. Hairstylists mad at you because you don't really need a license. So when stuff go down, and I think I have a video on here where the girl is showing you how she's making 6-figure in the nail business, and you're going to see all the different things she's doing. She's doing it because she's licensed, but not us. We always got to find the easy way out. We don't want to do the work. We don't want to be educated. We want everything fast, especially this generation. So let's go ahead real quick. I'm gonna read that. You write about how they sometimes follow you around. So yeah, they follow. You will not get my money. I don't care who you are. I'm like, you're done. Wait, what? That's disgusting. I wouldn't dare eat there either. No. And with the restaurants, let's say you have, when I went into this restaurant, they have liters of soda. The liters like we buy in a store, like say Coca-Cola, they had Coca-Cola at that time. If you didn't finish the soda and we're looking at the menu and you order, they walk over to the tables where the people have finished. They take those drinks and they pour it into the bottle, to the next bottle, right? So that bottle can be full, and then they bring that to your table. No, ma'am. I was like, what? No. And then, and I'm gonna tell y'all one more thing. The dentist, if you were a dentist, you would make a killing there. You hear me? You would do very, very well. So I'm gonna play this young man. This is what ignited. I saw a lot of people on social media that's posting him. So I'm going to post what he said. This is what pushed us, propelled us, and other people too. Because it was one lady I couldn't find the video. Here we go, y'all. Hold on.
I love when the Black community says, let's boycott Asian businesses. Please do. We'll get rid of the Chinese takeout, the dry cleaners, the laundromats. Let's get rid of the liquor stores as well. Get rid of the Jordans you guys wear, the Nikes you wear, the shower caps, the Hondas, the Hyundais, all your car electricians, the electronics in your house, the Sony, the TV system, your sound system, the microphones that you guys use to rap and speak about awareness for the black culture and the hip hop culture. Where do you think that's made in? That's made all in Asia. And here's another thing for you guys. You guys want us to leave the neighborhood so bad? Oh, Asian people are in our neighborhoods? We're in white neighborhoods. We have our own Chinatown. We have our own Koreatown. You think we really need you guys to benefit off and make money? A lot of us do go to college as well. You're being outworked by immigrants who barely speak English. And you're not embarrassed? Go to the bank, start your own businesses, and deal with your own people. I want to see your own women get on their hands and knees and do pedicures and manicures and deal with nasty ass attitudes, okay? Please, boycott Asian business. I'm all for it.
Oh Lord, please tell me this is going. Oh no, not again. Hold on, y'all. Don't hang up. Hold on. Okay. It do what it want to do when it want to do it. So this is what really ignited. I think this is one of them. It was another lady. It was a guy. I think he was one of the jurors, and he was saying how you guys, like, why don't you get off of welfare and you wait? All you do is sit and wait on for checks, and you're lazy, and you don't even know who your fathers are. I think he was a juror. And I was like, what? Now, normally, I'm gonna be honest, I'll come on and comment on things when it comes to hair world. I see a hairstylist doing a great job. This is TikTok. Y'all know I like TikTok. I watch Instagram as well. But normally I'll come on and I'll comment. I'll be like, ooh, that looks good, blah, blah, blah. But that particular man, yeah, I had to say something. So I went on there. I was like, number one, especially after the administration and they changed so many things. People are getting deported, all these different things that are happening. Please keep in mind that I work there for the government. 70% that is on welfare, that is taking a check, is not Black people. It is Caucasian people. And I'm saying this because when we look at media, not just social media, but when we look at media, it is so negative towards us. They put all these things out. And yes, there are people in the world that are Black that are doing some things, a lot of bad things. But there are other races of people that are doing the same. And they actually rule in that area. 70%. When I dealt with clients and they're calling, they want to know about their benefits. Most of us, believe it or not, we had jobs. Women were working. The baby fathers were paying child support. So even though we see it and Father's Day is coming up and the women will be ready to tear down the Black men, please understand that Black men also lead in great fathers, good fatherhood. Y'all don't know that, but we have to pay attention to the statistics, right? Not what the media says. So when you see that and someone is saying things like that to you, like that guy said, we outdo you. Well, you wouldn't be out doing anything if it wasn't for Black people and civil rights and fighting for different things. You don't know what redlining is, right? You don't know what Jim Crow is. We were here, our people, our ancestors. So it is insulting to hear someone to say that to you, right? But I just wanted to kind of give you, for those of you who don't know about it, for you to kind of see what's actually going on. Let me see what they said and saying, hold on. Let me see what Just Saying, somebody named Just Saying, been making up my own skincare and hair care products from the last 30 years. Oh my gosh. I'm glad you see, and I'm glad I can post this so people can see. I don't go in their stores. I am too grown to be followed around. And I agree with you. Our businesses need to set up. Yes, you can't. It's like you got to be ready for that. A lot of us are not ready. I can say that because I was one. If you listened to the video last week with Don and I on Beauty Pioneers, where I talked about I opened my beauty salon on ego. They told me you need at least 5 years. No, oh no, I'm going to do it. You tell me no, I'm going to figure out a way to do it, right? So I felt like they don't want to see a Black woman. No. They was right. Because I got in there, I understood the operation, but I can tell y'all, I hated the business side. And a lot of us in the industry, whether it's beauty, whether it's hair or nails, we don't really like the business side of things. That's why we're in a multi-billion-dollar industry and we are at the bottom. So it is good. I want to reiterate that it is great that we are supporting each other, businesses and things like that. But all I'm saying is that make sure that if you want to put your business on there, you have the customer service, you have the right attitude, right? And make sure that you're running it tip top, business on the business side. And then for the clients, don't come in there looking for a hustle, wanting $20 full sets of nails. Don't dishonor and disrespect your people. Respect their prices. Stop hustling, because when you was going to them, you wasn't asked. There is no negotiating. They're gonna tell you what it is. They got the big thing on the board, and they tell you this is what it is. So please, it goes both ways. Hold on. Let me see. Okay, I don't know. I'm missing y'all. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm trying to see. Keisha, what? Okay, Keisha said that already. Been making. Hold on. I'm getting to y'all. Hold on. Okay, it sounds like we need to have a licensed conversation in our community, apparently for all the different business sectors. Yes, Keisha, yes. Stop trying to look for the hustle. Child, please. I'm like, come on. LOL, I just got what you said. Dentists would do well there. And that is nasty with the bottle. So I don't know what that was. Is sharing germs, and they have zero waste in their restaurants. Girl, they had things in a big, like, the pickle bottle. They had a jar of some male parts. They had it pickled. Anything. They had pigeons on a stick. They like, you want a pigeon on a stick? And no, I don't want none. When I grew up, they had BB guns. They were shooting them things. Ain't nobody eating them. They said, oh, no, it's farm raised. I didn't know people eat farm raised pigeons. So for me, it was a no. When I came back to the States, I said, thank you, Lord, for the US. And I went and got me a burger because it was tough. Now, Korea was a little bit better, but that was tough. Okay. May Green says, right. Thank you. Let me see what else. I'm gonna go to another video. They have made us the face of everything bad. I don't think bad behavior has a color. Absolutely. And that's the point. It's not to be like, oh, we better than. No. Now, I'm going to tell you, yes, we are kings and queens. Listen, I am one of the most proudest Black women ever, because the thing is, a lot of us, we don't do our, what's the word? We don't study. We don't go and look at these things. A lot of us turn to, no disrespect to the churches, and whatever our pastors say, that we go with that. We have to not be afraid to learn about, that's a big thing for me, especially with women, with learning about your hair, education, learn about your hair. You can wear all the weave you want, but take care of what's under, right? It's the same thing with our culture. And it's so many videos, and there's so many people that are angry. And I get it, and I understand. And it's not just that situation. We're losing a lot of our babies, and it's very unfortunate. But the thing is, for me, is that hopefully this boycott will make Black people see how when we come together and we build, we can do great things. We remember, and I think we just brush over saying a multi-billion-dollar, the beauty industry is a multi-billion-dollar industry, and we are the number one consumers, but we don't have much. 2% in a nail place. I forgot how was the percentage for the hair. It's not much. So I hope that this caused us, clients and hairstylists, to make us hairstylists step up your game. Nails techs, step up your game. Estheticians, step up your game. We have a lot of high-end salons, spas, Black owned. I looked at this guy, I share all the time. I looked at this guy who took 48 acres of land and made little vacation spots, and he made these tiny cabin homes. I think it's in New York. Beautiful, beautiful. We are so talented, but I don't think it's necessarily laziness. I think, like the scripture says, our people perish for lack of knowledge. A lot of us don't even know the gifts that we have within. We rather somebody tell us, or we rather follow what everybody is doing instead of learning about ourselves and learning about our ancestors. Maybe we wouldn't dishonor our ancestors and the things they did when they fought for so many things for us to drop out of school and say, hey, I don't want to do the school. People fought. Kids were killed. Things happened just to go to school. And we take those little things, those big things, as they're nothing. For you to go into a restaurant, that's a big deal, and walk through the front door, right? That's a big deal. Women, we weren't even allowed to have bank accounts until I think it was 1974. We had to get everything through our husbands. We take a lot of things for granted. And then we have all the mouth in the world, but no bite. So that's just my thing. All right. So let me see. We paved the way. Yes. Keisha, yes. We paved the way, the other minorities and migrants to benefit. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I can say that as my father is American. My mom family is from the Bahamas. Yes. So I got to see both sides of how things was ran, how things is done, how cultures see things, right? So yes, we opened up a lot of doors, and we don't get the credit. Instead, we're treated as if we're nothing a lot of times. Yeah, they allowed that because the population is so large, they had to be able to do that to feed the people over there, right? Oh, y'all talking today. Y'all dropping some nuggets, honey, Coach Lee. When I first saw the video, I was like, where did it come from? I thought it was AI at first, but I hope we can make a difference with the boycott. Right. I think we can make a difference, Keisha, if it turns from a boycott to just supporting your businesses. But we can't put it all on, I got a Black business. Y'all, let me tell y'all something. I was a part of a religious organization, and they like, everybody support each other, right? We all support each other, and that's a good cause. But people like to help people that are helping themselves. All right. That's the first thing. So they had businesses. We had this thing called Black Wall Street. And in Black Wall Street, you had your own little businesses. If y'all remember, I used to sell paparazzi jewelry. I'm probably going to go back to it because I loved it so much. I used to sell the jewelry. So we had our little tables. I had my friend Nadia. She had her table and whatnot. And I remember other people had their table just selling, I'm just being honest, just trash. I'm like, well, what are we supposed to buy from there? Oh, support your sister, support your sister. I can't. I don't care if you Black. Don't give me no junk. I don't want junk. I want quality stuff. So I use it to say, I don't care. None of y'all should care if you like, if the business, like you walk in there and no one speaks to you, walk out. If you walk in there and they tell you they don't wash hair, walk out. If you walk in there and your nail tech is not, you don't see her sanitizing, you don't see them cleaning those foot bowls for your pedicure, and you see them using, they don't clean off the utensils after every use, they're not using the proper product to clean that area, anything like that, get up and walk away. I don't care if you black, green, or brown. Don't play with your health, with your parts, because you're trying to make a point. If you go in there and the attitude sucks, walk out. Now, I believe in it. And I got to get my, I have to find somebody, and I will. And they will be high end. And I don't care about the cost. So I will support, but I ain't supporting no mess. I'm telling y'all right now, say what you want to say. You love Papa Robert's jewelry? Yeah, me too. It helped me through a lot of days. I don't know. Dawn probably, and we talked earlier today, but she was doing her thing or whatnot. So I don't know, y'all, what my Dawn is. She probably called me afterwards, like, girl, she has some stuff going on in family and things like that. All right. So I want to show you this young lady here who has a salon. Coach Lee, when I first started. Okay, let me take that off. Let me get out of here. And I'm going to let you guys see this video. Give me 1 second. All right, here we go. I like that one better.
It ain't Friday, but y'all finna catch this free game. My name is Nails by Nate, and this is how I make 6 figures as a licensed nail tech. Number 1, got licensed and raised my prices. I always tell my students, before you do anything in this industry, go get your license. An unlicensed nail tech cannot charge licensed nail tech prices. There's so much I can say about that, but that's a video for a whole different day. Like, there's so much that comes with doing people's nails, nail care, nail anatomy. You can't just slap stuff on people's nails and be like, oh, I know what I'm doing, because you don't. Like, y'all, we are literally working with chemicals on people's nails, so get your license. Anyway, before I got my license, I was only charging about $25 to $30 per set. Now I charge $80. They said the price went up.
Yesterday's price is not today's price.
On an average, I make about $380 to $600 a day and only work 7 days a week and 6-hour days. I launched my own product line. I need to be writing this down because this is information that I only share in my classes. So please write this down and thank me later. If you didn't know this, I have my own product line. I have Nails by Nate products, and I have the R.Nate collection as well. I also have my own clothing boutique, Pure Opulence Vault, and I'll go into detail about that later. I have physical products like acrylic nail brushes, nail kits, hand and body oil, sugar scrub. I make press-ons as well. And I used to have my own nail polish line, but I wound up selling that to a nail supply store. I have digital products too. I have 2 ebooks and online classes. My nail products in my online courses bring in roughly $30,000 a year. Last but not least, number 3, teach classes. I've been teaching classes since 2017. I went and got my educator's license in 2021, and I've been teaching ever since. Not do it this way or you will get fined by state board. After you've gotten your educator's license and it's something that you're truly passionate about, why not go out and teach people what you know? I have come a long way since 2017. I've increased my prices for different courses now. I do tours, I do master classes, anything that you can think about, I do with teaching. People travel from all around the world to learn from me. All my classes bring in about $50,000 per year. Those are 3 things that I have personally done to make 6 figures in a year as a nail tech. These are things that you can do as well. Also, explore other avenues. Like I said before, my own clothing boutique, Your Opulence Vault. This is something that I've always wanted to do, so I did it. Using that money that I made doing nails, now put my money into other business ventures that I've always wanted to do. I also have my own mentorship program that helps small business owners build their businesses from the ground up. I have my hands in some other lucrative business ventures as well. Beauty industry is a billion-dollar industry. Are you ready to join? Click the link in my bio to register for my mentorship program. I'm taking
All right. So I'm gonna show the opposite side, but I wanted you ladies and gentlemen to see. Now she has her own nail business. She's telling you all the things. Remember, I told you don't have to be behind a chair, right, to make money. That's not how it's done. It's actually done venturing off in different things. It's like the medical field. Anybody who works at the hospital, you got all kinds of positions They're different branches. It's not just doctors and nurses. You have what's the people that come and clean up or move the orderlies. I don't know if they still call it that. It's different things. It's the same thing in the beauty world. There's so many things that you could do. That's a Black woman that is doing very, very well. And she raised her price. Now, I'm going to say this. Now, the last time I got my nails done, I think I got my nails and my feet done. I think I paid $130. That is the norm. So I don't know if I went to somebody and they told me for my feet and my nails, it was $60, I probably would walk away because I'm afraid that you're not using the proper products to take care of my needs, right? So I just wanted to point that out. Now let me see what just saying 95.45. We had that over here in the UK. Oh, you're in the UK. Cool. Where we were groomed to accept rude behavior at the Caribbean food places. That's ridiculous, y'all. I can't. And as for the hair places, they would make you wait all day for your turn. Well, I guess we all the same here. At just saying 95.45. Now I know I'm gonna tell you this. We had I think I said this before. We're like number 2. We're in the top 5 as rude in Miami. You know what I mean? So in any industry. And I thought I had took this video that I wanted to show where there were Black nail techs that was like, they don't want to deal with the clients. A lot of the clients that are Black, they say they have nasty attitudes, they talking down to them and things like that. Listen, let me tell y'all something. And it's something that guy said, you want to get on your knees, the Asian guy, he said, you want to get on your knees and do these feet and these hands. Now, I'm licensed to do it. I'm not doing it. I was really sad when a lot of deportations happened because there are jobs that I ain't doing. You know what I'm saying? We're not doing it. Right. And so when someone takes jobs like that have jobs like that, we should not look down on anybody, especially people like that are humble enough. I'm talking about, whoever has to do pedicures and stuff. I just can't do it. Because some people's feet that's just too much for me. I'm not going to be holding your feet in my hand. I'm not doing any of that. I'm licensed to do it, but I'm not going to do it. And I think that we should give all people their respect, no matter if they're the janitor or the doctor. Like my mom used to tell me, Lethra, they all have to wipe themselves. Everybody got to wipe themselves. I don't care what position you have. I don't care who you are. You have to wipe yourselves. So you should never look down on people that are giving you a service. And the service industry, we have a lot of that. I've experienced that myself. Hold on. I think Keisha said something. Hold on. No? Okay. All right. So we're going to finish this off real quick. I did good, y'all. Just trying to make it through. Give me a second here. Let me see which one I want to post. I want to post. Did I pull him? Did I pull this guy? Hold on. I'm going to post this young lady who was complaining about what we're talking about. I'm not going to play all of her. I'm going to play some of her. Okay. Hold on. And then we'll be done.
I saw a comment from a nail tech and it really stuck out to me. She was like, she loved this industry, but she felt like she can't live the life that she really want to live. So she ended up having to pick up a second job. And when I tell you, like, I felt that shit so much. As someone who been in this industry for 19 years, I done dealt with so much. I done dealt with the highs. I done dealt with the lows. I've taken so many L's, but I've also had many wins. But just being honest, there's been plenty of times that I really wanted to give up. And to be honest, if it wasn't for my husband, I probably would have gave up. And why is that? It's because this shit does not pay enough. But let's talk about it. People think that when they're paying this $100 for these sets, they think that we're really pocketing all this money. And the truth is we're not. The cost of living has gone up so much. We already don't get any healthcare benefits. Supplies, market, overhead, everything. And taxes on this money. The $100 that y'all think about y'all paying, it gets split down in so many different ways before it even touch our hands. And folks be like, oh, you're buying the supplies off Amazon. It's cheap. But when you're DIYing it, of course it's going to be cheap because you're just buying for just yourself. But when we're buying supplies, we're not just buying for just one person. We're buying for multiple people that we are servicing. So you're talking about from polish, glitter, stones, chrome, everything, guys. But I think what really gets me is that this is a $1 billion industry, and you got nail techs that's out here talking about how they have to get a second stream of income because they cannot live. What blows me even more is that you have some really talented nail artists that's out here who have degrees. I myself is one of them. I have a whole criminal justice degree. But I choose this path because this is something that I love to do. I love the overall of just being able to create and just service and expressing myself through my art that I do create. But y'all think that we're doing this as just a hustle or a hobby. And in reality, we're not. This is our fucking job. This is our careers. This is what we choose to do. I get online talking about $100 is too much. But in reality, we're not even able to live off that, especially for what we pour into this industry when we're doing it the right way. And what makes it even harder is that after they paid $100, we got to deal with the nitpicking, the attitudes, the passive aggressive energy, just everything. And that shit be making you want to quit. Like, is it even worth the fucking price tag sometimes? It's one thing to be underpaid, but it's another thing to be fucking aggravated and devalued in this industry. Now, the money is deeply appreciated. Don't get me wrong, because I appreciate every single one of my clients that come and patronize me. But y'all stay saying that, oh, nail techs need to humble themselves. I think clients need to humble themselves a little bit. And I say that with so much love, especially how clients can sit in my chair. And I'm pretty sure other nail techs can relate on this as well, too. Clients sit in my chair. They tell me about how they done travel here. They probably driving better than what I'm driving, living better than what I'm living. And to each his own. I don't really mind you doing what you do, but I mean, come on. That's not fair. We deserve to live too. Which that does not give me an excuse to say, oh, I'm charging because you living your life. But in reality of it, we have to come on. We have to call it out as what it is. Us as nail techs are devalued. And then being a black nail tech already add more devalue towards us. But again, I hear everything that you're saying, sis, because I feel it. And I think the only thing that's been sort of keeping me going is just nothing but passion behind all of this, and knowing what I offer. Now, do I do what I do because I'm looking for validation from them? No, hell no. I do what I do because it's what I love doing. And no one is going to change that. And I'm going to keep on pushing. And I will say this too as well. I see you, sis, and I get it. Because you got to think about it. I done dealt with it for 19 years. For me to be in this, I done seen all the ups and downs.
Oh, I wanted you guys to see that y'all think it would just be the hair industry. No, it is definitely in the beauty industry, and it's only with, I'm telling y'all this, it's with us. So part of us boycotting is we have to give respect. And I'm going to be honest with you, for that young lady who has been in the industry for 19 years, that's a beautiful thing, right? However, I'm not explaining. I did that when I was younger, but I would not explain to anyone what she did. That was a humbling thing for her to do. I commend her for that. But I think that whatever business you're in, because see, when you go on those people 9-to-5 jobs, if you hold a supervised position, if you hold whatever position you hold, when you walk in there, you're going to walk in the authority of who you are, and you're going to expect that what you deliver, the information or the service that you're rendering to your boss, right? You expect them to see the value and for them to pay you. You don't go and tell them, I have to do this, I have to pull a file, I have to research this. You don't do that. They tell you, this is what we're hiring you for. This is what we're willing to pay. We can negotiate. And then that point, you're negotiating and you're saying, this is my value. I think that I don't care what the industry is, whether they are hairstylists or doctors, whether they are blue collar workers. I think that people should respect people business. And for that young lady, we have to become who we, instead of desiring like one day I hope this business take off. No, we have to work and carry ourselves as if the business has already taken off. That's how manifestation comes. We have to not look for the validation. And when people walk into your establishment or come to you for a service and they dishonor you, they disrespect you, or like she said, passive aggressive, honey, ma'am, you're good. I'm not going to be able to service you today. I have done that. I can count on one hand, but I have done that to people. I say bad attitude, whatever. I have even had a hairstylist removed from my establishment by the police. I'm one of those people. I don't like drama, and I don't like people trying to look down or mistreat me in any kind of way, because I'm one of those people. I will give you the respect. So I feel like a lot of us that have these videos or that have that mindset and that we have to go into the 9-to-5 jobs, I think that we have to, for ourselves, change the mindset and start working as if it is already done. That is just my take, because if not, you're just on this spinning wheel and saying the same things and feeling the same way. All right. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to finish these off with my lovely sisters here, and then we're going to keep it moving. All right. So Keisha says, people in the service industry are sometimes treated like servants and they don't deserve to be looked down upon. But that seems like the American way, just terrible. Absolutely true. People in the service industry, I'm going to be honest with you, Keisha. I think it depends on where you're at. Like, I think it's really, really important, especially for hairstylists or people and estheticians, whoever, when you're starting out your career. I think it's really, really important to find wherever you're going to work at, that the people that when you're doing your interviews or whatever, that they can see the value, that you make sure that you give the value. You know what I mean? They know when they're speaking to you and you speaking with the confidence and you're not second guessing yourself, that they know, oh, let's hire this young lady because she's good for this position. And our salon only take this kind of people, right? So I think that it depends on where you're going to. If your tribe of people where you work at every day you're all the same, no one's challenging, no one's growing, and everybody's murmuring and complaining, and you don't, and you're comfortable there, that's probably the problem. A lot of times, I learned this years ago for myself, that we get addicted to being victims. Always the woe is me and those different things. And I'm not saying that our industry cannot be hard. It can make you bipolar. You have great weeks, then you have those low weeks. So it definitely can do that. But aren't you tired of talking about the same song? So once you recognize the issues, it is our job to get ourselves out of it. No one is responsible for our happiness, our financial abundance, not even your husband, not your mama. It is you. You have to take the horns and figure out, because if something happened to those people, what are you going to do with yourself? So if you still singing the same song about the industry and what they're doing and our people, their only reason why you're still singing the same song and you're still having the same experience, because you haven't changed the people and you haven't changed yourself. You haven't changed your thought process, right? So I just wanted to point that out, not to throw shade, but I'm just calling it what it is, right? Okay, so let me go to Just saying 95-45. In the last video, this highlights that Black folks pocket watch. Yes, absolutely. Pocket watch each other with malice, but not the Asian businesses. No, they all work together. They all teach each other, right? The clients or customers need to be better and act better towards us. Exactly. Now, like I said, when you go into those high-end salons, or when you listen to the people that I showed you, like the girl who's making, I think, 6 figures, right? 50,000 just in education alone that she's bringing into her business. She don't have those problems. Nobody's pocket watching her. And if they are, she could care less, because she's on a level so high. She's not looking down at the peasants. It sounds bad, but that's the reality. I don't care. I'm making a living for myself. I can pay for get insurance. I can do all those different things. She's not. When you're focused and you have a vision and you understand who you are, right? You're not looking for validation from anybody. People will have a problem with you because most people just do what everybody else do, right? A lot of people do what everybody else do. This is what they doing. So I'm wearing this. Oh, they wearing quick weave. I'm wearing quick weave. Oh, they wearing hard hair. I'm wearing hard. It's like, you'll find that, right? And then you'll have the people that have been in the business 19 years, like the girl said, and say, hey, it'd be hard sometimes. Her husband have to push her, right? I was there. I understand exactly what she's saying. But I also been in the place where I couldn't depend on the husband. I had to depend on myself. And I had to figure out ways, and I had to find people. I had to create a tribe, and I had to find people that challenged me, that said, well, we eating good over here, Lee. Why you not eating good? Well, let me take a look back. And I don't blame the people. I said, well, I'm not eating good because I'm still singing the same song. So the people that pocket watch and with the malice, they're pocket watching, and they're with the malice because you probably too low down. You probably right there with them. Same mindset, just different sides. Same mindset, same poverty mindset, because you should be moving in a way that they still trying to figure out. In silence, they just see manifestations. Because let me tell you something, Hosanna, Hosanna, crucify, crucify. People will praise you 1 minute and they will tear you down the next minute that you give them a chance. So that's why you can never care about what man is saying. You should be making an impact in your community and being an example for people to understand. She could care less, child. That girl be moving. I'm glad she has a supportive spouse that helps her enough so that she can stay in her position as a nail tech, right? Sometimes these customers are just entitled. Child, sometimes these customers be just as, they be dealing with stuff in their own home, and they come right out into the world, into the community, and bring you that mess. That's why I'm telling you something. I had this one lady, she said something real crazy. I said, I'm sorry. If you ever hear me say, hey, everything all right? That means I'm letting you know you better figure it out, because I'm about to go ahead and just say goodbye. Hey, everything all right? Oh, because you seem like you're not good. Everything okay? And sometimes they'll break down, they'll tell you what's going on. But they coming to you. You know why they coming to you? Because they see a value in you. Or they either see a value in you and they love your work, or they can tell you have a value, but you have a low self-esteem and no confidence, and you probably charge very little. And guess what? And I know it's an economy. People are like, it's an economy. Things are bad. And there's different things for everybody. So if you have a client that's going through that, then you know how to handle them. But that's not for everybody, right? So if they coming to you because you charge $50 for a full sewing on Tuesdays, that's what they coming to you for. So if you are saying they pocket watching me because you may have 20 clients at $50, yeah, they pocket watching you, because that's low end. That's scarcity. That's a scarcity mindset. The clients are scarcity and you're scarcity. And I'm not saying this to talk at you. I've been there. And then the only way you're gonna be able to get out of that and stop dealing with people like that, you got to elevate. You got to find the people. All right. All right. Last but not least, and we made it to a whole hour, y'all. Hey, child, watch Don call me later. Question. So if your prices are lower, does that mean that your customers will have certain attitudes or price doesn't matter? Not sure if I worded my question correctly. Okay, yeah, let me ask that. Let me read that one more time, quick. If your prices are lower, does that mean that your customers will have certain attitudes or price doesn't matter? Now I'm gonna say this because I don't want you to think it's just Black people. So I worked in Smart Style. Anybody know Smart Style? They probably changed the name. That's in Walmart. That's a salon in Walmart. Haircut and wash. And they're typically Caucasian people. It's set up, a lot of the salons inside malls and inside like Walmart and things like that, they're set up for people who are maybe middle class or don't have a lot of money, right? And their haircuts are $25 and that comes with a shampoo, right? Typically that person, they like that price, right? They're willing to take a risk because typically in those type of salons, they will hire students that are fresh out of school. Okay. So guess what? The skill set is low and the people that are paying is low. So if they get haircuts for $25 and it don't matter what race it is, and you change that and say, hey, the price is $40, they're gonna have an attitude, they're gonna have a problem. But then you have other people that understand the quality of product, that understand that particular lady is a colorist, right? I'm just making an example. Or that person their niche is haircutting. Their haircuts is a 120, but you're gonna have a bad haircut. People have no problem paying it. And typically it may sound really bad, but when you come into an establishment and they're paying and they're charging low, you can have clients that are happy with you. They're going to be happy with you. But the minute that you try to change it and you try to elevate and things like that, there are going to be some clients that are not going to be happy and they're going to go somewhere else. So yeah, they may have attitudes, but for the most part, it's just the caliber of people that you're bringing in. You show me your clients, I'll show you you. If your clients walk around in the bonnet and they come into your salon in the bonnet, 10 times out of 10, you wearing a bonnet too. You know, so I don't know. That's how I've seen it, right? And I'm sure if Dawn was here, she would have told you something as well. Hold on. Yes, been to Walmart salon before and in the mall. Yes. So those are people that are a lot of times the managers may be skilled. They may have been doing hair for a few years, but typically the hairstylists are fresh out of beauty school. And so they hire them and they pay them minimum wage, right? And they are practicing on those people's hair, and those people don't care because guess what? I get a haircut and a wash for $25. I get a full color, no highlights for 40. I think it's 40, 45, depending on the length. So I'll get a color for $40, $45. I guarantee you that person, and then you do have people that are very rich and they like those prices, you know. But for the most part, if you're used to going to a certain high-end salon, you're normally happy because you know you're gonna leave fabulous. Your hairstylist is really in a good place because they making money. They love you as their client. You're coming on a weekly or a bi-weekly basis. It is a different atmosphere. So I don't know if that answers your question, but yeah. So think about all of the videos I've showed you where clients are coming in and they complaining about they don't get their hair shampooed. Do they have an attitude? Yeah. They sitting for long periods of time. Do they have an attitude? Yeah. When you look at the stylist that they complaining about, don't her face be balled up? Because y'all asking her what's taking her so long? Y'all want to know if she was late, why y'all can't get y'all deposits back? Yeah. So yeah, it is a different caliber of people, and pricing a lot of times those people do be having attitudes because it's the drama that comes with it. I'm not saying there's no drama in the high-end salon, but I guarantee you they're not talking about the service. They're not complaining about service, customer service. They're not complaining about the service, because those managers and the owners, when you come and work in their salons, you have to, they're going to make you do certain amount of interviews. They're going to ask you to do a service so they can see if, hey, let me see where you're good at. Okay, we need you to cut this mannequin. We need you to color this mannequin. You don't just walk in a salons and get hired. So they want to see that. And if a client come into that salon, it's $1 million salon, and a client says that hairstylist was rude to me, you're done. They get rid of you. You're not going to mess up their money. They got different people coming through there. High-end people, no. But if you go to the other one, you got your booth rent. Okay. Right? So different strokes for different folks. So the boycott, I'm always sticking to the other side, y'all. Let's pray that we can get through this correctly and great, and just show that we can build each other up. We can support each other and not have hate or malice towards any race of people, right? That we just do what we need to do to build up our people and let them know how important they are, the clients and the business owners. All right. I pray that this video has helped you guys. And guess what? I will see y'all next video. Hopefully next Sunday we will see our Dawn. All right. Love you. Smooches. Bye.